Welcome back to Stoic Wisdom TV. Respect is not something that can be demanded. It must be earned through consistent actions and strong character. In any relationship, particularly romantic ones, losing a woman's respect often leads to fading love, weakened attraction, and diminishing loyalty. Many men unknowingly engage in behaviors that erode respect, making it difficult to maintain a strong and fulfilling relationship. These behaviors stem from insecurity, emotional instability, indecisiveness, dishonesty, and passivity traits that signal weakness rather than strength. When a man constantly seeks validation, loses control over his emotions, hesitates in making decisions, lacks integrity, or avoids conflict, he unknowingly undermines his own value. These actions not only damage his self-respect, but also diminish the way others perceive him. True respect comes from inner confidence, emotional resilience, and unwavering principles. By recognizing and correcting these destructive behaviors, a man can transform himself into someone who commands respect naturally. The solution lies in adopting a Stoic mindstone that values self-discipline, rational decision-making, and emotional mastery. In the following discussion, we will explore 5 common behaviors that destroy respect and the Stoic principles that can help overcome them, ultimately fostering stronger, healthier relationships built on mutual admiration and trust. One of the most damaging behaviors that can erode respect in a relationship is the constant need for validation. Many men fall into the trap of seeking approval from their partner, believing that by always accommodating her desires, adjusting their personality to fit her expectations, or constantly asking for reassurance, they will strengthen the relationship. In reality, this behavior has the opposite effect. It weakens respect, diminishes attraction, and ultimately causes the relationship to suffer. When a man constantly looks to his partner for validation, he signals insecurity and a lack of self-worth. Instead of being seen as a strong, independent individual, he appears needy and emotionally dependent, which can quickly lead to a loss of admiration. Respect is built on confidence, and confidence comes from within. A man who stands firm in his beliefs, who lives by his own principles, and who does not require constant approval is naturally more attractive and commands more respect. Women are drawn to men who know their worth and do not feel the need to prove themselves at every turn. They want a partner who is secure in his identity, not someone who bends and reshapes himself to seek approval. When a man is too focused on pleasing his partner at the cost of his own integrity, he loses the very qualities that made him desirable in the first place. The Stoic solution to this issue lies in developing inner confidence and self-sufficiency. Instead of seeking validation from others, a man must learn to validate himself. This means cultivating a strong sense of self-worth that is not dependent on external opinions. It involves understanding that while appreciation from others is nice, it should never be a requirement for one's happiness or sense of fulfillment. A Stoic man does not waver in his convictions simply to win favor. He stands by his values and remains true to himself, regardless of whether or not others approve. To achieve this mindset, it is essential to build a life that is rich and fulfilling on its own. Pursue personal goals, develop skills, and engage in activities that bring joy and purpose. When a man has a strong foundation in his own life, he becomes naturally less dependent on external validation. Instead of desperately seeking approval, he moves through life with quiet confidence, knowing that his worth is not dictated by anyone else. Furthermore, emotional resilience plays a key role in breaking the habit of seeking validation. In moments of doubt or insecurity, rather than looking outward for reassurance, turn inward and remind yourself of your strengths and accomplishments. Understand that true confidence is not about always being right or always being admired. It is about being secure in who you are, even in the face of criticism or rejection. Respect is not earned by trying to be everything to someone else. It is earned by being unapologetically yourself, by standing firm in your values, and by refusing to let insecurity dictate your actions. The moment you stop seeking validation and start living authentically, you become someone who commands respect effortlessly. One of the fastest ways to lose respect in any relationship is through a lack of emotional control. A man who frequently explodes in anger, reacts impulsively under pressure, or crumbles in the face of adversity appears weak and ungrounded. Emotional instability signals a lack of inner strength, making it difficult for others, especially a romantic partner, to trust and admire him. In contrast, those who master their emotions project an aura of confidence, stability, and resilience, qualities that naturally command respect. When a man allows his emotions to control him, he becomes unpredictable and unreliable. Anger outbursts, emotional breakdowns, or passive-aggressive reactions create tension and instability in a relationship. Instead of feeling safe and secure, his partner may feel like she is walking on eggshells, never knowing what might trigger a dramatic reaction. Over time, this unpredictability erodes trust and attraction, making the relationship feel more like a burden than a source of joy. Women, in particular, are drawn to men who exhibit emotional strength, not those who allow frustration, fear, or insecurity to dictate their actions. The Stoic solution to this problem is emotional mastery. True strength is not about suppressing emotions or pretending they don't exist. It is about understanding them, controlling how they manifest, and responding thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Instead of letting anger take over in a heated moment, pause, take a deep breath, give yourself space to think before speaking or acting. The small habit alone can prevent unnecessary conflicts and help maintain a sense of calm and control. Beyond managing anger, emotional control also means resilience in difficult situations. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way, failures, disappointments, conflicts, but your ability to navigate them with composure defines your strength. A man who breaks down at every setback, who complains endlessly about his struggles, or who allows negativity to consume him becomes difficult to respect. In contrast, a man who faces hardship with quiet determination, who finds solutions instead of dwelling on problems, and who maintains his composure even in the toughest moments earns admiration and trust. To develop emotional strength, practice self-awareness. Observe your emotional patterns, what triggers you, how you typically react, and what you can do differently. Challenge yourself to respond to situations with logic rather than raw emotion. Meditation, mindfulness, and deep breathing exercises can be powerful tools in cultivating this control. Additionally, physical exercise and healthy outlets like journaling or creative hobbies can help release built-up frustration without it negatively affecting relationships. At its core, emotional mastery is about proving that you are in control of yourself. When you react impulsively, you give away your power. When you respond with intention, you reclaim it. The most respected men in history, leaders, philosophers, warriors, did not let their emotions dictate their actions. They remained steady, composed, and in command of themselves, no matter the circumstances. Ultimately, a man who can master his emotions commands not only respect from others, but also respect for himself. He becomes someone people can rely on, trust, and admire, a source of strength rather than a source of instability. And in the end, true respect is built not through dominance or force, but through unwavering self-discipline and emotional control. Indecisiveness and a weak mind are two traits that quickly erode respect in any relationship. A man who hesitates constantly, overthinks even simple decisions, or lacks the confidence to stand by his choices appears unreliable and untrustworthy. Over time, this behavior signals weakness, making it difficult for others, especially a romantic partner, to look up to him or see him as a leader in the relationship. Respect is not given to those who second-guess themselves at every turn. It is earned by those who take responsibility, make firm decisions, and navigate life with confidence and clarity. When a man is indecisive, it creates frustration and uncertainty. Imagine a scenario where a woman asks her partner what they should do for the evening, and he replies with, "I don't know. What do you want to do?" While this may seem like a small issue, repeated patterns of indecisiveness send a larger message. I am not capable of leading, making choices, or taking responsibility. This lack of assertiveness forces his partner to take on the decision-making role, which over time can lead to diminished attraction and a loss of respect. No one wants to be in a relationship where they constantly have to lead, because their partner lacks the confidence to do so. Hesitation and overthinking stem from a fear of making mistakes. Many men hesitate to make decisions because they fear choosing the wrong path. However, this mindset is counterproductive because the act of avoiding decisions is, in itself, a decision that often leads to stagnation and frustration. The truth is, mistakes are inevitable. No one is perfect, and waiting for absolute certainty before making a move is an unrealistic and paralyzing approach to life. The most respected individuals are not those who never make mistakes, but those who learn from them, adapt, and grow stronger with each experience. The Stoic solution to indecisiveness is simple but powerful. Own your decisions, stand by them, and learn from the outcome. Instead of avoiding responsibility, embrace it. If a choice turns out to be wrong, view it as a learning opportunity rather than a failure. Confidence is built through action, not endless contemplation. The more you practice decisive action, the more naturally it will come. A man who can assess a situation, make a decision, and take responsibility for the results, good or bad, commands respect. To cultivate decisiveness, start with small daily choices. Instead of saying, "I don't know," when asked about plans, give a direct answer. Instead of overanalyzing every minor decision, set a time limit for making up your mind. Strengthen your ability to make choices by reminding yourself that inaction is often worse than making the wrong choice. Life rewards those who take initiative, and the more decisive you become, the more you will trust yourself and the more others will trust you as well. A man who stands by his decisions, even in uncertainty, radiates confidence. He does not waver under pressure, nor does he allow the fear of imperfection to control his actions. He moves forward with conviction, learns from his experiences, and grows stronger with each challenge. In the end, decisiveness is not about always being right. It is about having the courage to take action, learn, and keep moving forward. And that is the kind of man who commands both respect and admiration. Integrity is the foundation of trust and respect. A man who is dishonest, who says one thing but does another, or who fails to stand by his word will inevitably lose the trust of those around him, especially his partner. Without trust, relationships crumble and respect fades. A woman cannot fully admire or feel secure with a man whose words and actions are inconsistent. Being a man of integrity is not just about telling the truth. It is about embodying honesty in every aspect of life, staying true to your principles, and following through on what you say. When a man lacks integrity, his words become meaningless. If he constantly makes promises he cannot keep or tells people what they want to hear, instead of what is true, others will quickly learn not to rely on him. This type of behavior creates uncertainty and frustration in a relationship. Imagine a man who tells his partner he will change a bad habit, only to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Over time, she will stop believing him, and once trust is broken, it is incredibly difficult to restore. Respect is built through consistency, through proving, time and time again, that your word is valuable and your actions align with it. Dishonesty also reveals weakness. A man who lies, exaggerates, or manipulates does so out of fear of consequences, fear of disapproval, or fear of facing reality. However, true strength comes from the ability to be honest, even when it is difficult. A man who has nothing to hide, who speaks the truth even when it is inconvenient, and who takes responsibility for his actions commands far more respect than one who avoids accountability through deception. People admire those who have the courage to be truthful because honesty requires strength, while deception is often a sign of insecurity and cowardice. The Stoic solution to dishonesty and lack of integrity is simple. Be a man of your words. Say what you mean and follow through. If you make a promise, keep it. If you set a goal, work toward it. If you say you will do something, make sure it happens. Your reputation is built on the consistency of your actions. A man with integrity does not seek approval by telling people what they want to hear. He gains respect by being truthful and reliable, regardless of circumstances. Living with integrity also means holding yourself accountable. If you make a mistake, own up to it. If you fall short of a commitment, acknowledge it and make it right. No one expects perfection, but people do expect honesty. The more you practice aligning your actions with your values, the stronger and more respected you become. Integrity is not about never making mistakes, it is about having the courage to admit them and the determination to correct them. A man's word should be as solid as stone. When people know they can trust you to be honest, to follow through, and to stand by your principles, they will naturally respect you. In relationships, business, and life, those who live with integrity build deep, meaningful connections based on trust. A man who lacks integrity may gain temporary advantages through deception, but he will always lose in the long run. On the other hand, a man of his word commands unwavering respect not because he demands it, but because he has earned it. Passivity and avoidance of conflict are among the most damaging behaviors a man can display in a relationship. A man who consistently shies away from difficult conversations, tolerates disrespect, or refuses to stand up for himself signals weakness. Over time, this behavior erodes both self-respect and the respect of others, particularly his partner. Strength is not measured by aggression or dominance, but by the ability to face challenges head-on, assert boundaries, and address problems directly. True confidence is demonstrated not in avoiding conflict, but in handling it with composure and clarity. Many men mistakenly believe that avoiding confrontation will maintain peace in a relationship. They fear that standing up for themselves might create tension, lead to arguments, or even push their partner away. However, in reality, passivity does not preserve respect, it destroys it. A woman cannot fully admire or feel secure with a man who lacks the courage to speak up when necessary. If a man consistently tolerates disrespect, ignores problems, or fails to express his needs, his partner may begin to see him as weak and unreliable. Over time, this leads to frustration, resentment, and a loss of attraction. Conflict, when handled properly, is not a sign of a failing relationship, it is a sign of a mature and healthy one. Addressing issues directly does not mean being rude or confrontational. It means having the strength to communicate honestly, set clear boundaries, and resolve problems in a constructive way. A man who avoids conflict often does so because he fears rejection or disapproval. But true strength comes from prioritizing self-respect over temporary comfort. A man who knows his worth will not tolerate behavior that undermines him, nor will he remain silent when something needs to be said. The Stoic solution to passivity is to address issues directly, set boundaries, and stand up for yourself. This does not mean being aggressive, but rather being assertive. There's a significant difference between unnecessary confrontation and healthy confrontation. A man who respects himself will calmly, but firmly express his thoughts, communicate his needs, and refuse to accept treatment that diminishes his dignity. He does not need to raise his voice or resort to anger. His strength is shown through his unshakable resolve and clarity of purpose. Setting boundaries is a crucial part of earning and maintaining respect. If someone crosses a line, it is essential to address it immediately. Avoiding the issue or hoping it will resolve itself only invites further disrespect. Boundaries should be communicated with confidence and consistency. When a man clearly defines what he will and will not accept, he sends a powerful message. I value myself, and I expect others to do the same. Standing up for oneself also means taking responsibility for one's own happiness and well-being. A man who is passive often allows external circumstances or other people to dictate his emotions and decisions. A strong man, on the other hand, takes control of his own life. He does not wait for others to change it, takes action to create the outcomes he desires. Respect is not given to those who avoid conflict, it is given to those who face it with wisdom and strength. A man who learns to stand up for himself, speak with confidence, and enforce his boundaries commands respect, not only from others, but also from himself. And in the end, the foundation of any strong relationship is built not on fear of confrontation, but on the courage to communicate honestly and directly. Respect is not something that can be demanded, begged for, or forced. It is something that must be earned. It is a direct reflection of how a man carries himself, how he treats others, and most importantly, how he stays true to his principles. A man who lives with confidence, discipline, and integrity naturally commands respect. while one who seeks approval without demonstrating strength will struggle to gain it. The key to earning lasting respect is simple yet profound. Live with consistency. Align your actions with your values and cultivate true strength from within. Many men mistakenly believe that respect comes from external factors: power, wealth, status, or social recognition. While these things can influence how others perceive you, they are not the foundation of true respect. Real respect is earned through character. A man who stands firm in his beliefs, follows through on his promises, and refuses to compromise his integrity for temporary gains is a man who will always be respected. It is not about impressing others. It is about being someone who impresses himself. When you live by your own standards rather than seeking validation from others, people will naturally recognize your strength and self-assurance. One of the most important aspects of earning respect is consistency. It is not enough to display confidence, honesty, or decisiveness. Occasionally, these qualities must be practiced every single day. A man who is only strong when things are easy, only honest when it is convenient, or only disciplined when it suits him will never be truly respected. Strength of character is proven in the difficult moments, when decisions are tough, when temptation arises, and when pressure is high. The more consistently a man upholds his principles, the more unshakable his respect becomes. Another critical truth about respect is that it cannot be asked for, it must be commanded. Some men try to demand respect through intimidation, dominance, or aggression. But forced respect is never real respect. True respect comes from admiration, not fear. It is given to those who inspire confidence, not those who try to manipulate or control others. A man who lives with purpose, takes responsibility for his life, and moves with quiet strength does not need to ask for respect. His actions naturally command it. At the core of all of this is the understanding that true strength comes from within. Respect is not about providing something to others, it is about providing something to yourself. The most respected men in history were not necessarily the loudest, the richest, or the most physically powerful. They were the ones who remained firm in their values, who stayed disciplined in their actions, and who led by example rather than by force. They cultivated a sense of inner strength that made them unbreakable, and as a result, they became figures of admiration and influence. To earn respect, you must become the kind of man who deserves it. Work on yourself every day. Strengthen your mind, control your emotions, stand by your word, and refuse to tolerate anything that compromises your integrity. When you commit to living this way, not just for a moment, but as a lifelong practice, you will find that respect is not something you need to chase. It will come to you naturally, because you have become the kind of man who commands it without saying a word. If this message resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that will help you create the life you truly deserve. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.